Zenker a season ago with Drew University, 11.5 points per game, 9.7 in his career. He's going to be on the floor here. So right out of the timeout, it'll be Zenker, Wissink, Cabral, O'Neal, and Lubarov. And the ball in the hands of the Golden Eagles. Zenker jumping up and down and inbounding this one. Golden Eagles, that was Christian Amika. Ball in the hands of Ajani Fleming, another one of these freshmen getting a lot of minutes on opening night. One of the 8 on this squad, and the 3 transfers as well. Emilio Nobly, and Fleming drives inside, couldn't get it. Rebound, ball poked loose. Cabral does a nice job absorbing the contact and gets the rebound. Zenker gets double teamed. Cabral wide open, top of the key. 3-pointer in the air and down. Evan Cabral knocks it down, and it's an 11-point game. 38.7% from 3 a season ago. And his first points of the season, the Bombers now trail 19-8 in this one. Zenker playing defense, driving inside, getting a hand on that one, or it looks like on the wrist. Jalen O'Neal will be called for the foul.
And even though he was called for the foul, that's the second time Jalen O'Neal's gotten his hand on the basketball in terms of trying to generate a block. If you can get a stop here defensively, although Brockport's going to the line, you can keep an 11, 12-point game, start to shoot better from deep, get those field goals down. An 11-point game starts to feel like nothing if the Bombers can close the gap here soon.
Emilio Nobly working through something with his right shoulder, it looked like, after that one. He's at the charity stripe right now. 68% a season ago from the line. And the first shot, back iron, that one no good. A sophomore from Brooklyn, New York. 5 points a season ago. Lubarov will check out of the game. Alex Penders back in. Penders, a guy from Foxborough, Massachusetts. He scored 1,000 points in high school. Liberty League Rookie of the Week one time in his freshman season. A junior now, a part of this huge junior class for Ithaca. Is the second free throw good. O'Neal gets this one on the inbounds pass. O'Neal drives, finds Zenker. That one off the window, counted and one. Matthew Zenker fired up, and the Bombers needed that one. An opportunity to slim the margin of deficit to single digits.
Tic-tac-toe. Matt Zenker catches Brockport in transition. Quick passing there by the Bombers up with the left hand as he gets fouled and goes to the line. Now Bombers have a chance to make it a 9-point game, Luke.
So Zenker at the free throw line, 67.9%. A season ago at Drew University, his first free throw is good. O'Neal came over with a quick word with Coach McSloy, and he gets a steal right here. Almost kicked to the corner, and O'Neal counted and one.
And that's beautiful for Jalen O'Neal right there. He's going up against Cameron Pownall, who's a lot taller than he is, but sticks true to his shot. One-on-one, off the glass and in, gets fouled. And just like that, Luke, Bombers can now make it a 2-possession ball game.
So a slew of substitutions for head coach Joe Clark and his squad. Joe Clark's staff winning coaching staff of the year a season ago in the Empire 8. And right now, Jalen O'Neal at the line. Not a guy you want to send there. The 4th best free throw percentage a season ago in the conference. And that free throw good. So after a really slow start for Ithaca, they've trimmed the lead, or the deficit, I should say, to just 6. That one off the hands of Cabral, but now the Bombers maybe giving the Golden Eagles a little bit of a taste of their own medicine defensively and increasing the intensity.
Yeah, Bombers with that high court press. And Mike McSloy made it clear earlier when he was speaking to us, they're going to adapt to our defensive game plan. I'm trusting Matt Zenker to be thrown right into the fire here and teach the rest of the guys the plan and adaptation that they're going to have to buy into immediately. Seems as if the Bombers' last couple possessions here are starting to get the theme.
Omar White inbounds it. Great defense here. O'Neal, Wissink, and Cabral all playing full court press. 3-pointer for Zach Rice. That one off the iron and into the hands of Wissink. Bombers in transition. Penders. Zenker thought about a 3. Up fakes it. Kicks it up top. Jalen O'Neal in the slot right now, going to work. Finds Zenker. Zenker spins on Zach Rice. Zenker looking to the corner. He's got Cabral. Cabral trying to find a look. Drives on Zach Rice. Caught inside. Banks it home. Can't get it. Ball still loose. O'Neal's got it. O'Neal kick. Penders steps behind the line and puts it up and connects on a 3. Alex Penders with his first points of the season. this Rochester Yellow Jackets group, we've got to take a look at them. Last year, we know what happened. A 5-0 start, and the Bombers got to them, and they kind of teetered off towards the end of the year. 3-0 to start this year, and 31-3 the final from Rochester on Saturday. 2 of 19, Colin, on third and fourth down. A really rough offensive performance. 3 turnovers and 10 punts. Kyle Brainerd, the Yellow Jackets punter, really deserves a vacation for that effort. And you have to give RPI credit on the other side. I'm sure we're going to talk a lot about it throughout the rest of the season. They slow down Aiden Papatonis. He gets his, as he always does, but 119 yards, he didn't score. And on offense, they really controlled the game with their rushing attack. We know what Caden White can do, $110 and 2 touchdowns. And I want to give a quick shout out here to Adrian Gurung, my high school teammate in track and field. Don't look up our times in comparison, please. He's the athlete, I'm not. But 50 yards on 11 carries, a really nice change of pace back for that offense. The passing attack, steady as well. This RPI team, they're finding ways to win, Colin. Last week, outplayed by Brockport. Outplayed in yards, third down, everything, all 3 phases, and they found a way to win that game. So I got to be honest, I didn't expect it this year, but RPI is a threat in the conference as it stands today.
Luke, don't sell yourself short. I've seen you on the flag football field. I think your high school produces a couple of players. And that Rochester.
Going forward for next season, talk about who might make it out of the Liberty League in 2026. It's way too early.
It is.
But do you have a favorite?
I do, and I'm going to go with the Bombers, right? I know this is a homer pick, but you have to look at some of the other teams in the conference, all right? RPI, I think this was probably their best chance. They started off 7-1, and as I mentioned, I feel like they kind of blew it. And then you look at Union, Gil Rivera, Patch Flanagan, Ryan Grenier, Matt Mitchell, they're all gone next year. They were seniors. What is that team going to look like next year? I think it's also pretty safe to assume they're not going to go undefeated in conference play. For the Bombers, they have some losses. Sam T going to be a big one in the secondary. Jimmy Malifi, John Ramsey up front, the offensive and defensive line, but they're returning guys like Mike Reed, like Chris Scully, like Nick Lang, like Joe Spira, barring any transfers, and they're getting Nick Matos back. We always forget about him. They didn't have him for a lot of this year. Next season, the Ithaca Bombers should be the favorite. They're returning a lot of their superstars. Chris Clax, I didn't even mention his name. It's going to be a great team next year. They're my 2026 favorite, Colin.
You kind of hit the nail on the head. Tell us about it.
Yeah, 4 wins in a row for Union, and they've got my attention. They should have yours. They better have the Bombers' attention in 2 weeks coming out of this bye. That's going to be a really great matchup. And a couple notes from that one. Union, the most impressive at the start of the game and the end of the game. In a football game, really in any athletic competition, that's when you want to be the best. 16-0 lead they got out to in the first half. Fourth quarter, they closed it off. They won 17-6 in the final 15 minutes. Patch Flanagan, I'm telling you, Colin, I understand he makes mistakes. He puts the ball in harm's way. He leads the conference in interceptions. You know what else he leads the conference in? Rushing yards. More rushing yards than E.J. Taylor. More rushing yards than any running back in the conference.
Ledbetter with a touch here. As set number 3 gets underway, and all off the left hand of Bridget Altland. Point number 1 of set number 3, the way of William Smith. So they'll get the opportunity to serve here. It will be Marin Montagna. She's a senior from Bend, Oregon, an outside hitter. Sends it across. Bridget Altland to Slavin. Bombers can settle into their offense nicely. Claus sends it across. Delaney Williams, that one fired down, blocked by Claus from Jalen McCarthy. Williams to Fulton, and that one out of bounds, though the Bombers right on their side will get the point. It's 1-1.
Well, really nice job by the Bombers there. Naomi Claus able to get the block right there at the net. You know, we know her for her scoring, but she's also got 30 blocks on the year. Make it 31 with that one. Stands tall at 6 feet tall, and see that height helps there.
Ellie Benedict getting a rest here as Ledbetter sends that one over. Swatted down by McCarthy and blocked by Claus, who lets out a roar, and the Bombers have their first lead of set number 3.
Well, there you see Claus once again at the net using that height. I mean, you're looking at the middle there, and who actually the entire floor as a whole. You got Ledbetter, you have Graper, and you have Claus, all girls standing about 6 feet tall. Bombers got some great height on the floor.
Ledbetter sends it across. Sayers got it. Fulton, Claus right in the middle of the court. Slavin leaves it. Claus fires it. Naomi Claus, the sledgehammer, 3-1 Ithaca.
I mean, have a set so far, Naomi Claus. She adds to her game high 10 kills, make it 11 now. Malia Sayre on the other side has 9. And Ledbetter continues to serve. This rotation has been fruitful so far for the Bombers.
Lucas, I wanted to let you know President Cornish is in the building. Fired down on the other side. McCarthy's got it, and it's 3-2. We are set up for an unbelievable set number 3 as Ledbetter checks out and Ellie Benedict will come back into the game.
Well, when the president's in the building, you want to make your presence felt.
That's absolutely right.
And there the Herons did. 3-2. Bombers, though, looking to impress the president, of course.
So Fulton sends it across. Gonzalez Abreu has it. Slavin with 2 hands. Draper with 1 hand. Set past the bench. Nearly kept inbound. A heroic effort from Callie Vanderhoof. The Bombers will get it. But number 2 for William Smith has been everywhere in this one. Sideline to sideline. Hustling. She wants this one bad.
Well, Vanderhoof was the Defensive Player of the Year in District 5-6 at McKinney Boyd High School. You see why there. She's diving after balls, not even in the field of play. Absolutely incredible stuff from her, just not able to get the point.
Slavin, the setter, with the right hand, sends it across. Delaney Williams from Malia Sayre, the soft touch once again. Gonzalez Abreu to Slavin. Slavin to Claus. Fired sideline to sideline. I believe just out of bounds. Yes, it is. Too strong on that one. William Smith back within 1. It's 4-3.
So close there to a just almost perfect play. The set by Slavin, the slam by Claus, just out of bounds. But a really, really nice movement and a near point for the Bombers.
Madeline Kressel will check in. She gets ready to serve this one. Jalen McCarthy getting a break, the senior middle blocker. Couple of high fives for her coaches. An unbelievable effort so far here in set number 2. Gonzalez Abreu backs up. Soft touch by Claus, sent back right back to her. Williams, Claus, Gonzalez Abreu back up into the air, and tripping over Gonzalez Abreu there is Benedict. Gonzalez Abreu unable to get out of the way, and so we are tied at 4 in set number 3.
And Benedict slapping hands with Gonzalez Abreu, both of them smiling as they got up, and so both of them are okay.
So Kressel back to serve this one with the right hand, sends it over. Gonzalez Abreu. Slavin leaves it for Claus, had that one blocked, but right toward the William Smith sideline. Bombers get it right back, 5-4.
Now this was kind of the spot in set number 2 where the Bombers began to kind of stretch the lead a little bit. They got up to that 14-7 lead eventually, and kind of in these high single-digit points. This is the area where a set can really swing one way or the other.
So Claus will come out for a rest, having a word with her coaches. Guys, as we just saw Mary Burnett checking in for the Bombers, she is a really unique player for Dan Raymond's group. We know about Avery McPeak and the prowess that she displays in the front court, but Burnett, the only player listed at 6 feet or taller on the roster. She's been very effective in just under 13 minutes per game this season, 4 rebounds per game, and 4 blocks in her first 5 games. Guys, nobody else on the team has more than 1 block. As this season and her career progresses, expect her minutes to increase as well. Guys, the Bombers and the Yellow Jackets may not share a conference on the women's basketball court, but these two programs very familiar with one another. 32 all-time head-to-head clashes between these two schools. IC last beat Rochester on December 6, 2023, but last year Rochester put it to the Bombers and won by a staggering 50. And when I asked Coach Raymond the lessons from that game, he laughed and he said, "It's not an experience that we enjoyed, but being able to adapt and adjust in-game is so important. That's what helped them down the stretch of last year. He's hoping they can carry those lessons into this year." Thanks, guys. Down here with head coach Dan Raymond. Coach, you mentioned earlier rebounding and help defense in the paint, so important. How do you assess the team's performance so far?
Rebounding, we're holding our own. The help defense, what's happening is we're switching when we're not supposed to be switching, so we're giving up that mismatch and giving up easy opportunities to their bigs.
And you mentioned adjustments, something that was lacking in this matchup last year. What are some adjustments you made for the second half?
Well, I think we want to be more aggressive offensively. Like, especially if they're going to continue to press us, we want our players going to the basket. I mean, we've hit threes, but it's hard to win a game just shooting threes.
Great, Coach. Thanks so much. Guys, one of the biggest losses for the Bombers this year has, of course, been Emma Waite. She wore number 4 and was often the smallest player on the floor, but gave defenses a problem in her only year with the Bombers. But you can still find her in the Ben Leitch Gymnasium, this time from the sidelines. She's an assistant coach. Lee Micah telling me earlier this fall she was a big loss on the court, but she's been great working with the guards. Natalie Tucker specifically, as she stepped in to the starting point guard role. She runs some of the drills, still finding a way to make a positive impact on the program. And earlier, Natalie Tucker with 2 turnovers in her first minutes of the first half came right to the sideline and right over to Coach Emma to have a conversation. Guys?